We've just arrived at the Taliotic site that's called Galmes or Gomez. This is an incredibly large site here, very large in fact. We're just going to head up there now, and it kind of goes up a hill into the, and you can kind of see the southern coast, the sea from here. There's also here where they found this small 15 centimetre tall statue, like a bronze or copper statue of Imhotep, and it actually had his Egyptian name carved on it. And so it's very intriguing, the connection with Egypt and Menorca, because it does suggest there was definite trade going on in the Bronze Age back then, around 2000 BC to 1000 BC, and this site will want to be one of the trading posts linking these areas. You've also got to consider this site is apparently aligned to Centaurus, and it's known that Imhotep, there's a story that Chiron, was one of the centaurs, actually gave Imhotep the knowledge of medicine, astronomy and megalithic construction in prehistoric times. This is one of the Taliotic Towers, very badly ruined, but one of many on this particular site called Gomez. We have the great Taliotic Towers in the background there, and one over there. And then here we have one of these sacred enclosures where I believe where the great T-pillars once existed, and you can see the great menhirs, and they're now absolutely huge. So let's just go in here and take a look. So this was the top of one of the great taller statues, the one you can see just there. And this was deliberately taken off. You can see the mortise and tenon joint where they both would have been attached. And it's clear that this was used as a sacred area, like a libation table. And it's still here today. And it's amazing to actually see the way they carved this out and then somehow placed it on top. It's said to be the table or dining area of giants before the flood. This is what the legends state. So it really does make sense when you look at the size of some of these incredible monoliths here at this great temple called Galmes. All around here you can just see these incredibly large blocks. This is not the biggest one. There's much larger ones over in the wall here, looking very similar to what we see in Malta and Gozo, of all places. So still at the same orientation, which apparently is towards Centaurus, which is the Imhotep connection I've already mentioned. It was in this area that the statue was actually found. So again, this circular enclosure is very similar to Gigantia on Gozo, also very similar to what we find at Göbekli Tepe in southeast Turkey, many thousands of years earlier, but we have these T-pillars. Absolutely massive stones to make up the outer wall here at this temple. Absolutely huge. Some of these are like 12 foot tall, but 10 foot wide. So we have yet more temples here with towers in them, huge megaliths, and you can see the bedrock there. We have some over here with just very worn out stones on top, and even like a lintel on top of the door there. Absolutely beautiful here at this Galmes site. Wonderful. Look, this is actually being excavated at the moment. You can see the massive pillars on the right, the towers with, and you've got lintels going over the door. This is like megalithic heaven in Menorca. Absolutely amazing. Here we have caves going deep into the ground, and here looks like a well or some kind of offering area. Just zoom in a bit. You can just see there's nothing down there now really, but no doubt that was a kind of offering space. And this is, again, you get similar things at Göbekli Tepe in the bedrock. We have pools of water just forming here, and I wonder if these were deliberately carved out to collect rainwater. Another pit there. These are like massive cut marks. So this is interesting, you can actually go in this chamber. It's almost like a bed there. As soon as you walk in you can see that. Like a little room through there. Another bed type thing there. Guarantee this was living quarters because it kept you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Absolutely ideal little place. So we're just about to walk into one of the sacred plazas here where the towlers, the tall stones with the T-shape on top, are kept. There's some in here. This is the first entrance, but behind me there's like a second entrance, more like a dolmen. We're going to walk under both to go into the main ceremonial area. So we've been through these two, and now we go through this one into the main temple. Now we're in the kind of sacred area. You can see the great Towler here, and there's more here. This one's been destroyed. But yeah, several of these in the main, one of the main plazas here at the site of Galme's. Megalithic doorway again. Absolutely mind-blowing sight.